Looking for a fun sci-fi movie that the whole family can enjoy? Well, look no further than Clone Cops. Joining me today is director and co-writer Danny Dones, along with writer and star Philip Cordell. And you guys have a few extra people that joined with you. Can you introduce them real quick for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Corey Allen, who's the cinematographer.
And I'm Laura Holloway, and I play Porter.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will say I greatly enjoyed Clone Cops. This felt like a very fresh, original idea when we're in the day and age of sequels, remakes, and stuff that just constantly kind of plays on other properties. Now, Danny and Phil, what kind of helped you guys come up with this idea of creating this futuristic world?
Well, I think we took a lot of inspiration from kind of action movies of the 80s and 90s. I'm a big Paul Verhoeven fan, so like RoboCop, Total Recall, that kind of stuff definitely played into it. I really like the satire that he does, and so we incorporated a lot of that into the movie as well.
And we knew we wanted to do something fun and completely original and kind of put our thumbprint on pop culture, so that's where this helmet came from and all the wacky jokes and the humor in there. Again, heavy influences from the stuff we loved growing up, and figured we'd put our spin on it for today.
Oh, absolutely. And I think your guys' thumbprint really adds to the film. It makes it stand out, I feel like. Now, before the film's release, Danny, you stated that you guys made this movie for people who love campy sci-fi. Were there any particular campy sci-fi films that influenced you guys while you were writing?
I really like, and I'm hesitant to even say this because I don't think our movie fits in this category, but I love the so bad they're good kind of movies like Troll 2 and The Room and stuff like that. So definitely, I wanted to take that fun of movies like that, but give it heart and give it something more to watch for than just that aspect of it. But the other campy stuff that I could think of too is like John Waters, anything John Waters did, I'm a huge fan of his. And I think he does a really great job of creating these really fun, vibrant worlds with really interesting characters, but also having a great movie underneath of that that's fun to watch and really heartfelt.
Now, Danny, you actually worked in the film industry for 15 years, but this was your first time in putting that director's cap on. Were there any challenges that you experienced along the way, or have the past experiences like working on film sets, did that help you prepare for the stepping in that role?
Yeah, I definitely think my previous work on film sets prepared me quite well. I work in props a lot. So as a part of the props team, I spend a lot of time standing behind directors, watching them work. So it was kind of like 15 years of film school, getting to watch all these incredible directors. Tom Shadyac, who did like all the great Jim Carrey movies in the early 2000s. I worked with him, and that was amazing experience. So it definitely prepared me very well. Strangely enough, I was also a restaurant manager, and that prepared me very well for it because a lot of directing is managing people. I mean, you certainly have to manage artistic and creative endeavors, but a lot of it is just being good to people and trying to get the best out of your crew.
Very true. Now, Phil, you take on the role of our clone cop, or I guess I should say roles, plural. This is a super fun character to watch. What was your experience getting to play like the multiple variants of the same, I'll say, person?
Yeah, this was a dream come true from an acting standpoint. I got to bring all the silliness within this body and channel it into all these different characters. Mm-hmm. And so I had an absolute ball on set and got to do what I do best, which is just kind of bring joy and channel fun and laughter. And then people like Laura, brought some really heavy duty acting chops to the film. And so I think there's a great balance of some really heartfelt moments that come from a grace of some really great acting work. And then I got to just have a lot of fun and be silly. And I think it works really well.
What better job than to be fun and silly, though?
It's the truth.
Now I have to ask, was it hard to see out of the cop helmet?
Yes, quite. Peripheral vision is not a thing in the helmet. Everybody, as we've been doing this 10-city tour around the country, we'll take the helmet with us and everyone asks if they can put it on. We're like, of course. And they put it on and without fail, they take it off. They're like, oh, that's not as comfortable as like as you thought it would be. You thought it would be a fun thing, I guess. Yeah, so it's all fun and games until you get inside the helmet. So.
I,
Try to do a
understandable.
choreographed dance number to it.
Oh, I'm sure the dance number would be super hard in that, especially when you can't see anything really.
Well, but the beauty is I'm not dancing from here. I'm dancing from here. That comes from the inside.
That's very true.
It's an inside job. Yeah.
Now, you guys have an amazing cast. One of the cast members you had was Ravi Patel. What was it like getting to work alongside Ravi, who's been in projects such as Animal Control, Grandfathered, and numerous more?
Ravi was fantastic. We were very lucky in that he had just recently moved to Tennessee, so he was local to us, and we were able to get him to come in and work with us. And the part that he played, Robert Nafari, when we shot the movie, we didn't have that cast yet, so I did it. I stood in and did all those parts. So for me, it was a huge relief because Ravi got replaced my terrible performance with his incredible performance. He was so funny, he was so kind and gracious, and we just feel really blessed that he wanted to be involved in the movie.
Absolutely.
It's true. I love Danny. Ravi, a little bit better.
Now, you guys have amazing sets, props, visual and special effects. How long did it take you guys to get all these things ready? Because that's an undertaking right there, especially those actual real life sets.
Yeah, our shoot schedule was actually pretty tight. So building the sets, they didn't have a ton of lead time on that. We ended up, I think they had 2 weeks to prep most of it before we started shooting. The lab scenes, we all kind of like pitched in and worked on weekends and helped get that done. It was really a grassroots kind of effort. And then I'm a prop master that's what I've been working in for 15 years. So the props and stuff, I was able to help our prop master, Jill Ledbetter, with those quite a bit. And we worked together a lot. So she jumped in and we were able to put together some really fun designs for those.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, like I said, this is a super fun movie. For anybody and everybody to answer, what was your favorite day on set? Was there one memory that sticks out more than another?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
You want to start?
I don't want to give anything away. But there was a particular day that there was like a pretty high emotional scene that I had to do. But it's funny. I hesitated because I'm not, this sounds so cheesy, and it is. And it's also true that I didn't have a bad day on set. Like every day was honestly my favorite day. Every day. I was like, oh no, that was it. Oh no, that was it. It was just always a pleasure with these guys. They made sure we were home for dinner every night with our family. It's like it was only positive and fun all the time. It really was.
Yeah, I think for me, I can give a tiny spoiler away. On our very first day of shooting, this will be a nice Easter egg for anybody once you watch the film. So there's a shot very early in the movie where Phil rides up on a moped. And our first roll, that rode straight into the wall. A little sketchy. Phil was totally fine. The moped, not so much. Once everything was okay, we realized, all right, we're really doing this. A lot of fun. We'll figure things out as we go. But that was pretty exciting, and it was a little funny after the fact. Once we knew Phil was okay.
I mean, that was a blast. Don't get me wrong. Driving a vintage antique Vespa straight into a wall is a good time. But my favorite day was probably the first day when we did the full dance off sequence, because it was just a lot of joy and a lot of fun on set. And you could tell that everybody at the monitors everywhere, just as we were doing the takes, people were cackling. And so it was like, I think we're doing something that's going to resonate with people here.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have to ask, what's next for you guys? Might there be Clone Cops 2 for us in the future, near future?
We would love that. That would be fantastic. We definitely have some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have some. We want to crank up the weird a little bit more on a sequel. So if you like this Clone Cops, and you want more of it, then yeah, definitely give it a look. We're out tomorrow, January 31st, and hopefully we'll get a chance to make another one and get weirder with it.
I've got my fingers crossed for you guys for number 2, because I love this first one. And now it's out to rent and own on Apple TV and Prime. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We wish nothing but the best of luck for you guys in the premiere.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.